Hey Moon Babes, welcome back to my channel and the very first episode of Coffee and Culture. This is going to be a weekly series of course, me drinking coffee and getting ready for the day and a small dosage of pop culture. Now, I am literally in no way a pop culture enthusiast, quote unquote. But I love talking about hot topics, and I know a lot of you love when I do talk about certain topics and whatnot. So I thought I'd give it a go and see what happens. I quickly want to thank everyone who has followed me here on YouTube for the past few months. Even though I haven't released any new content, it's so heartwarming to see all these new subbies, and I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to me. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. I will have this entire video timestamped, so if there's something in particular you want to see or hear, feel free to jump around the video. I will also be putting all makeup and outfit info, if I show my outfit, on the screen. So if you're just here for makeup and don't want to hear from me ranting, feel free to mute me. I won't judge, I promise. So the first thing I want to start off with is Jillian Michaels fat shaming Lizzo, and I don't want to be around the bush about this topic because it is what it is, and it's fat shaming. If you haven't seen the clip, I'll play it here.
Or Ashley Graham, who are really preaching self-acceptance.
I love her music.
Yeah,
100%. I don't know anything about her. I'm sure she's a cool, awesome chick.
Yeah, and I love that they're putting images out there that we normally don't get to see, of bodies that we don't get to see being celebrated. And
But why are we celebrating her body? Why does it matter? That's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't we celebrating her music? Because it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes.
well, I want to ask you.
I'm just being honest. Like, I love her music. Like, my kid loves her music. But there's never a moment where I'm like, and I'm so glad that she's overweight. Like, why do I even care? Why is it my job to care about her weight?
I mean, what really gets me about this video is Jillian's entire demeanor. I mean, she's so ignorant as to why Lizzo's body should be celebrated and why Lizzo should be proud of who she is and what she looks like, and the understanding and acceptance of loving your body regardless of its size. I mean, as a big girl myself, I've experienced a different life than those who are smaller than me. You know, things like going shopping are a different experience. I have to wonder, is this store going to even carry my size? And if they carry my size, is it a true size 16? And we live in a time and space where brands are being expected to carry plus sizes, to carry sizes 1X through 5X. And when they don't carry those sizes, people take it to social media and they, tweet the brand directly and the brand sees it. So growing up, I didn't see people who look like me, and it affected my self-confidence in a way no one should really have to feel. I've consistently felt like I was being punished for being fat, or I deserved, ugly clothes for being fat. There's nothing like going to J.C. Penney's. Mind you, this is back in ye olden times, so like 2007 when I was in middle school, elementary school. And wanting to buy Levi's. Oh my God, Levi's used to torment me as a child because I could never wear their clothes. And just not being able to fit into, the teen size, and not being able to find sizes in the adult size. It was very limiting. So, it's just unacceptable what she says. Jillian continues to say things like, celebrating Lizzo's body won't be fun after she catches diabetes. And, my opinion on that is, sweetheart, Lizzo is a multimillionaire, sweetie. Like, not saying that rich people don't get, sick or ill, but I'm pretty sure she's seeing the doctor regularly. She is touring. She's living her best life. She's getting the best health care that, damn near is affordable. So I just think it's awful. Not only that, but she's wrong. There are so many articles written online, and one of my favorite one is on the Huffington Post, written by Michael Hobbs, that talks about how doctors and the medical community have waged wars on fat bodies with, like, let's face it, trash ass evidence, or just made shit up about health issues for being fat and just pushed this narrative on overweight patients and pushed it on the community, and just it's been an all-out war on fat bodies. So I feel like everyone who is a big body person takes this stuff to heart, because this is serious. It's a consistent fight for people with big bodies and online trolls who apparently have no work ever. Like, trolls never work. I don't know how the hell they, buy groceries or survive, because they spend all their time trolling people online. It's crazy. Um, so if you are one of those people, or don't agree with what I'm saying, then you can read this article, which I will link down below, and you can you can enjoy that read. I think a lot of people don't understand the way health works, and they automatically believe that being fat equates to being unhealthy, and that's just not how science works. You don't have to fight me, you can fight science about it. So I will link that below. It's a great article to read. Next thing I want to talk about is Miss Tutorials. Now, y'all, I had to do some research on this one, because NT is not really my cup of tea. I love watching her videos when I was getting started and getting into makeup, but I remember when she found out about black drag queens and the vocabulary that they used, and she decided to just copy their entire identity and just repeat anything she heard black drag queens say, and it just annoyed the life out of me. Like, Miss Nikki at this time lived in Sweden or wherever she hails from. It was in the UK somewhere, and they're not, they're not talking like that out there in those Swedish streets, girl. They are not saying yes, queens, like, and it was just so obvious. Anyways, that's not what this is about, because I will just continue to talk about that. But this is about her living her best life and then being blackmailed. And I feel like I haven't really seen anybody talk about it or use that vocabulary, but Nikki was blackmailed. She was blackmailed. Her financial life was disrupted. Imagine building a life as a woman, and then someone is coming along and saying, well, I'm going to expose you. And that's another thing that really irritates me, is this exposing trans bodies and trans people, because to a non-trans person, you think exposing somebody is doing justice. I don't know why you would think that, but there are people who truly think that, and they act as if trans bodies are not consistently, and I mean consistently, under attack. And this is not, just using big, powerful words. I mean, this is serious. Trans bodies are truly attacked. They are violently killed damn near every day, especially, not that Nikki is black, but especially black bodies, black trans bodies. So outing people is just unacceptable. So Miss Nikki had to do what was best for her and get ahead of this conversation. And I know that was not easy, and I know that was painful for her. And I just, it's so disheartening to see it, because although I just watched clips and bits and pieces of the video, it's unfortunate that trans people have to consistently fight like this just to breathe, just to live life, just to enjoy their life. So I wish her the best of luck in that. She talked about having to, go through this new journey with her boyfriend, who did not know she was trans. And, of course, that stirs up another conversation. Is it lying to your boyfriend? And I think Nikki kind of came on top of this and said that she was dishonest with her boyfriend. But at the same time, I'm like, personally, do I need to say that I am a trans person? If you fell in love with me, whatever I am, you fell in love with it. So does it really matter? Does the label really need to be there? And I just feel like it doesn't, personally. I don't feel like Nikki should have to apologize to her boyfriend, although, whatever steps they take is what's best for them. But at the end of the day, Playboy was humping and grumping on her not too long ago, last week, before this whole thing even existed. And as far as I know, he did not have a problem with it. So having to now be like, oh, we got to go through this and we got to go through that and da 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 da, it's like, come on now. You was not like that. Anyways, y'all, we are at the end of the very first coffee and culture episode, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know what your comments are. Are you guys gonna tune into this weekly? Like if you enjoyed the video, comments and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.